down, could put an M right on your head. You Luigi brother now. Trace my steps all in this game. You can see we cover ground. Back and forth from NC to New York.
Bruh, man, you heard this new J. Cole, man? At 95 South, we was like, yo, I'm gonna put an M on your head. Now you Luigi brother or something like that, man. Yo, that joint is dope.
I don't get it. You're Luigi.
No, man, Mario. Put an M on your head. Now you Luigi brother.
Yeah, that's Luigi.
No, man, Luigi brother.
Okay, say it again.
Put an M on your head. Now you Luigi brother.
Oh, you mean Luigi's brother with the apostrophe S. Okay. See, I thought you meant Luigi, comma, brother.
Come on, dude. We don't be using the apostrophe S and AAVE, man. I gotta make an episode about this or something.
Today I'm talking about two things, third person conjugation and how possession works in African American English. And this video was way more difficult to make than I thought it would be because the concept is so simple. But you know, sometimes when you're trying to explain something simple, it can get out of hand. And normally when I write a video, the idea just sort of write itself, but occasionally you run into an idea that just don't write itself. Oh, well look at that. What you crying for, baby?
Can't let me do my special moves and my combos and nothing.
Oh, baby, he do everybody like that, because that's how he learned when he was your age playing on fighting games in them arcades. He said they can make you a better player, so he treat everybody the same when he teach them. Like I said at the start of the video, this is a super easy concept. We're basically just chopping off the S at the end of the word. So in standard English, when someone would say he eats a lot, we be saying he eat a lot. Also, this extends to irregular forms. So when someone says he goes to school, we be saying he go to school. This might sound like bad grammar. Petrificus totalis. What's up everybody, what's good? You ever noticed that in standard English, if you take a sentence like this sounds like bad grammar or he has friends, and you stick probably in there and say this probably sounds like bad grammar and he probably has friends, it's completely fine and use the third person conjugation. However, if you stick the word might or could in there, then you have to use the first or second person conjugation and say this could sound like bad grammar or he might have friends, because this might sounds like bad grammar or he could has friends sounds weird. Ain't that weird to y'all? Anyway, I'm about to be back on my own thing. This might sound like bad grammar. 如果你说中文, it's the exact same thing. Hey, do not freeze me again. Oh my bad. I just wanted to ask a question. You said we don't be using the third person form. You right. And that's the habitual be, right? Right. So that would imply that it happens with regularity, but not all the time, right? Exactly. Okay, so like, is there a time that we would use the third person form? That is an excellent question. I'm so glad you asked. Hey, just remember to pay me the $20 you owe me for doing this segue, alright? You get your money, man. You'll get your money later, alright? Hey, who barbecued this here on the stove? Oh, them left over from the cookout I just came from. You can have them if you want. Ooh, this look good. I'm finna have me some of it right now. Hey, what happened to the rest of that pizza that was up in here? I had the rest of that pizza for lunch. That was a large pizza, man. I only had like 2 slices. You finished the rest of it yourself? Hey, man, you know I eat some food, alright? What you get all this chicken stock for? You making the soup? My brother's a chef and he in town, so I'm gonna have him make me some of that risotto that he be making. Ain't that some Italian type of rice dish or something? I don't know exactly where it came from, but he cooks that rice, alright? So always have him make it for me when he in town. So what you probably noticed in those examples, which all happened to be about food because I was apparently very hungry when I wrote this, but it's that we use the third person interchangeably with the first, second, and third person to stress something. For example, if I say I eat some food, that means that I either really enjoy eating, I eat a lot of food, or that I eat all the time, or all of the above. But we really make sure that you can hear that S when we attach it to the word. And in some ways, we're not even using the third person form. There's a linguistic term called epenthesis, which means that you are adding a sound to a word. It's really common in African American English. For example, some of us pronounce the word liked like liked-ed, but it is not exclusive to African American English. For example, there are some standard American English accents where people pronounce the word wash as if it had an R in the middle, like wash, and it's something that drives me crazy, but it's just an accent. By the way, the reason I said that sometimes it's like we're using the third person form is because when it comes to irregular verbs, we'll do one of 2 different things. We will either use the third person form and say something like, that's how I does it.
On the lazy afternoon
on the boom, oh how I love it, so I does it. But imagine if I wasn't fascinated with the sense and need to stress me, plenty frustrated.
Or we'll just add an S to the existing first and second person form and say something like, it bees that way.
Just smile, look at the problem and say it bees that way sometime, baby.
Speaking of adding and subtracting S's, it's finally time to talk about how possession works. So this is also super easy. In African American English, possession is shown by proximity. So in standard English, when you would have a sentence like, those are my roommate's DVDs, or that's the car's parking spot, we would say, those my roommate DVDs, that's the car parking spot.
You talking about the one that just said, I could put an M on your head, now you Luigi, brother? Him?
Yes, him.
The real is back, the veil is back. 95 South on the off season?
Now I use the example of the car parking spot on purpose because it sounds a little bit ambiguous, as if a location called the car parking spot could actually exist. That ambiguity is easily cleared up though through context. For example, if I were to say I was at Waffle House last night, you would assume that I was talking about the location unless we had a mutual acquaintance whose name was Waffle, in which case I would say something to make it more clear, like I was at my friend Waffle House or I was at the Waffle House. But what happened when both of y'all know somebody named Waffle and y'all both know somebody who owned a Waffle House? Man, it works the exact same way that you know someone is talking about a location when they say it's here and not your ability to hear because you can't hear things. Huh? Come on now, that's a well-written, well-constructed sentence that's a joke with the play on the words and it. Man, episode over. You ain't even gonna thank the people for watching or nothing, man. Like, come to think of it, you ain't even tell these people what's good, man. Like, I had to say that. Hey, anyway, thank y'all for watching the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Ciao.